This is a show that will blow your mind, but it might not. It all depends. Do you like breakfast and a book with a friend? Hello, people on the internets. It is Friday. I'm wearing the same shirt as yesterday because it's my morning shirt. It's a crazy day, you guys. I'm up a little earlier than normal because we're gonna work out. Yeah, that's right, guys. I'm gonna get my flex on, doing something called HIIT, which is high intensity interval training. Sounds horrible. For breakfast and a book today, we are going to talk about the John Constantine Hellblazer book called Subterranean by John Shirley. But first, I'm going to show you my delicious breakfast. Mmm. Huh? Ooh. So I made a breakfast. I made a breakfast sandwich with bacon, eggs. I put pickles on it. It's probably more like an actual lunch sandwich, I guess, that way. But it's got, fried egg, bacon. Let's see how it goes. Let's see. You gotta have, okay, so what I do is I take those little mini pickles and I cut them up and then I put them on the sandwich. I like the little snack 'em deal pickles because they're crunchier. And then you get a little pickle in every bite. Mmm. Mm-hmm. All right. All right. So you guys, today I'm on a little bit earlier because we're going to work out. It's going to be tough. I'm going to flex all these muscles, these sweet abs. They're hidden under about 20 pounds of fat. Note to self, eating a sandwich takes much more time than eating a bite of pancake. So you guys, yeah, like I said, we're gonna work out. We're doing something called HIIT, HIIT. It's like this crazy high intensity interval training. And we're gonna get all buff because we're gonna do it every other day, maybe. But today we're here to talk about Hellblazer, Subterranean. I know it's mirrored right now. The fan is supposed to be coming in any week, and then we will do this on my computer, and you'll get to see everything regular. If you don't know Constantine, he's basically a wizard type guy in the DC universe. He is he knows everything in the supernatural communities, and he knows this guy and that guy, and he's got this deal and these powers, and he's even defied the devil. Like, he's that type of dude. So let's do this. Read the back. Tonsil by the stream, a sleepy little village outside of London, is suddenly swallowed down into the earth through the hellish machinations of an ancient, ominous force. At the behest of an extraordinary supernatural agent, and in exchange for the life of his best friend, down and out and amoral occultist John Constantine must venture deep into underground shadows to investigate this cataclysmic occurrence. But unbeknownst to Constantine, something beyond his worst nightmares awaits below. The deadly and phantasmagorical realm of the Sunless, a terrifying world where the Gloom Lord rules over all with a sadistic and merciless hand, and Tonsil by the Stream was only his first target on the surface world. As you can see, it's an intense plot there. Things are going to go bad. One of the fun things about books like this is, like, it's just natural for everything to go wrong because their lives are always going wrong. So whenever you go into DC, it's like you don't even have to work that hard to show how things might go wrong because you're like, oh yeah, this world is messed up and things are going to go bad. So let's open up. Let's actually read. Oh yeah. I got this signed. I forgot about that. They also said I'm funny. That's true. I am funny. Bum, bum, bum. So let's read the first chapter. Oh, prologue. We don't want to do prologue. Setting out on his mission, eager to follow the stranger, Duffel heard the soft-headed boy sniggering at him as he left the only surviving village pub in Tonsil-by-the-Stream, Cornwall. D.O.D., called the boy Bosky, as Duff clutched his old navy coat about himself in the late afternoon May drizzle and shoveled past the alley where the young wastrels clacked their dice and their skateboards. The boy Bosky wasn't such a bad sort. He had to give the old man a jeer or two, but he was never one to call him a stinking old drunk like that Upson fellow. Duff gave the jeering no more thought than he gave the chattering of squirrels in Smithson Wood. He knew the locals thought him daft, called him daft old Duff, wrote him off as a senile guzzle-guts, and he cared not a speck, because in his time he'd seen marvels and dreams come to life. Indeed he had. His soul had left his body and flown to the palace of Phosphor. He had bestrode... Oops. You gotta change pages more efficiently, guys. He had bestrode the rings of Saturn. He had seen dryads dancing in the circles of stone. He belched a memory of the 3 L's he'd drunk them watching the stranger in the pub, and he picked up his pace, beginning to wheeze and keeping up with the interloper, who was now 50 yards up the lane, heading to the edge of the village. Mr. McCrawley was this burly, sharply dressed tove's name, so the pub keeper had called him when he'd settled his bill for the drinks and 2 days renting the little flat out at the back of the pub. As you can see, the writing is super interesting, kind of Englandy, Englishy. I mean, I guess, like a British sort of style to it, which makes sense. That's where Constantine is. He's most of the time in Britain, causing a ruckus. Sometimes he's in America. He's a great character. If you haven't read him, he has a smoking problem. He wears a cool jacket. He's been in punk bands. He's been in the punk scene. This guy's seen some stuff. On top of that, he is a magus. One of my favorite things at the beginning is they have a dossier on him, which I think is interesting. So we're going to read that. From the Servants of Transfiguration, dossier on John Constantine, top clearance, eyes only. John Constantine, a working-class British magus is rumored to be a magical adept by some, a con man by others. He may or may not be problematic to the SOT. He was born in 1953 in Liverpool, making him a scouse, to a family that can be charitably called working class, and this class association has marked his personal style. According to hospital records, he has a twin, but his brother was born dead, asphyxiated by an anomalous loop of umbilicus. The magical symbolism of this seems ambiguous to say the least. Additionally, Constantine's mother died in childbirth. His father, Thomas Constantine, was incarcerated for stealing women's underwear, at which time the boy and his sister were sent to live with an aunt and uncle, a rather troublesome pair, in Northampton. John Constantine's relationships with family members have been rocky at best. So you get the idea. It's pretty cool. They set up, if you don't know John Constantine, it sets it up right at the beginning, gives you a little prologue of how this whole adventure started, and then it gets into the adventure. And the adventure is fast-paced, has a ton of twists and turns, and of course, it has what my favorite thing and most important thing is in a fantasy book, and that's lots of magic! Holy shit, Ron. Are you fucking great? As in, first case singular, reaching greatness. Thanks, Rick. I'm just reading a book, being silly, because I'm trying to basically entertain people. I love talking about goofy books and eating breakfast, and I'm just sharing that with my friends. Hopefully you're having a good time. If you are into books, read this book, guys. It's super fun. Hellblazer, John Constantine. If you don't already know him, get to know him. All you have to do is read this book. It gives you a nice setup, gives you a little prologue into the book, and then this many pages of super adventure. The writer here definitely sets up a kind of feeling of definitely a gothic feel to his writing. So while you're reading it, you kind of feel like you're having this sort of adventure gothic style, which is pretty cool. If you like reading books, I suggest it. And also just check out John Shirley, because he's written many other books as well. So that's the conclusion for the day, you guys. We're going to work out pretty soon. That's right, you guys. We're going to work out. I'm going to get this tummy. Look at this tummy, guys. It's a little bit of a tummy right now. It's got a pug on it. Pugs, not drugs. Although it depends on what drugs you're doing. I don't care. You do your thing, you guys out there in the world. Be safe, but do your thing. But read this book, you guys. Seriously, this book is so fun. Like I said, fast-paced, easy read. It's not gonna, if you're looking for a light, sit down and just read a book real quick, this is perfect for that. I might even suggest you light some candles, get in the bath, read this book. Who doesn't like candles, a bath, and a book? Only people who are evil. That's right, evil people. Perfect for World Goth Day. It's World Goth Day, you guys. I didn't even know. World Goth Day, read Hellblazer. It works perfect. Bam, you guys, we did it. Ariel told me that it's World Goth Day, and you should be checking out this book. It's perfect for World Goth Day. And you could listen to some Typo Negative while you do so. Obviously, I don't know a lot of goth music, so I said Typo Negative. Marilyn Manson, does that count? I think that's maybe too popular to be goth music. But either way, maybe Nine Inch Nails. I know all the popular guys who were gothy, but all that stuff's great. So listen to that stuff while you do this with candles in a bathtub. We made the perfect quadfecta, guys. So get that on. Be safe out there. Wear your masks. Read books. Stay in when you can stay in until the scientists tell you it's safe, and then start going out. Listen to the smart people. That's how you know you're actually smart, is when you listen to smart people. You know you're an idiot when you listen to smart people and you go, what do they know? So be smart, listen to the smart people, and be careful, and have fun, you guys. This is your opportunity to do creative stuff, to read, to do whatever it is that you like to do. So take that advantage. If you can do it, stay home, read books. If you like this goofy video, there's more of them on YouTube. All you have to do is look up Ron Swallow on YouTube, and then you can find all of my goofy videos about books. There's a bunch of them. On top of that, I do Nerd Goat Podcast. If you haven't checked out Nerd Goat Podcast, you're out of your mind. It's the best. Me and Ed Greer talk to people about their favorite fictional character of all time. And then also, we have a Patreon. So if you want to get like a different style out of the podcasts, you can go on our Patreon. It's patreon.com/nerdgoatpodcast. If you sign up for the $7 tier, you get art from Ed and producer Bill, who are both great, and art from me, where I have been described as an 8th grader's edgy first-time drawing. So not great, but pretty entertaining. So check that stuff out. And then also you can check out Reboot It on YouTube. It's with Ed Greer, Billy Business, producer Bill, and I. We are forced to reboot movies no one wants to see rebooted. We're doing a live version of that on the Fantastic Four on May 30th. It looks like it's going to be at 2:30 p.m. So check it out if you would like to watch a live fun stream of me doing goofy shit. But actually, we really get into stories. So we're going to be talking Fantastic Four, May 30th. I'm pretty sure it's going to be 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. And if that changes, I will post it on my Facebook page and all that good stuff. So that's all. Also, I'm on Jack of All Nerds on YouTube. Check that out as well. We just basically do news stories, do Crossing the Streams, where we review a show that we watched on some of the different streaming platforms, and just nerdy talk in general. So that's all the stuff I'm doing. Check it all out. Support your local comedian, goofy balls, your bloggers, whatever it is, the stuff that you're into. Check that stuff out. And as always, keep reading, you guys. And thank you for watching another morning episode of Breakfast and a Book with Swallow that's technically in the afternoon. Bye, guys.